Hey dudes, welcome back to another Dragonball FighterZ video. Android 21 has been out for about a week now, and I've had a little bit of early access time with her as well. So in today's video, I wanted to chat with you guys about why it is some people believe she's the worst DLC in all of Dragonball FighterZ history, while others believe she's the best DLC to ever grace this game. Let me know kind of where you fall on this topic in the comments down below. Let's have a little bit of a discussion. Before Android 21 and Labco came out, people started to get really tired of the meta that ruled online ranked matches, or just online in general in Dragonball FighterZ. Fighting the same Z Broly, the same Vegito, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Ultra Ignorance Goku. And this made people tired. This kind of bogged people down. They wanted a new character that can kind of contend with these top tiers. So once Android 21 came out and they got their hands on her and they saw just how strong she was, when they saw that, ArcSys said, you know what, screw the patch notes, we're not nerfing anybody, we're just gonna give you a character who can nerf whoever it is you want to nerf. Those people who were desperate for a solution against the meta were excited. They were like, yo, this is awesome. I can finally contend with an Anchor Z Broly. I can just nerf him and his damage doesn't matter anymore. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta doesn't matter. As long as he doesn't build 7 levels, I'm safe. But then you have people on the other side of the fence. People who see this as just another top tier character who's gonna rule the meta and we're gonna get equally as annoyed with. They believe it's a character that's going to make the game equally, if not more frustrating than it was before. And they feel that she is way too strong for the game. She can easily take a top tier character and nerf their damage so like that they're not really hurting you as much. She could take a low tier character, one who doesn't deal a lot of damage, and make it so like that they have to 4 or 5 or even 6 touch you if they're not using super optimal combos. So now you almost feel like you have to use the stronger characters just to compensate for the debuff that might happen in the middle of the game. I think these are all valid points for and against Android 21 and Labco. Now my personal opinion, I've always been a really big advocate of kind of blaming yourself before you blame anything else. If I lose in a game, I'm always going to look at what I could have done better. How could I have cracked my opponent's defense? What kind of mix was I missing out on? Or did I optimize my combos getting as much damage as I possibly could have gotten that meant the win or cost me the game? I always try to kind of take that spin on things. So when I fight an Android 21 player who's about my same skill level, but they beat me, the question then becomes, alright, what could I have done differently? Despite the debuff, despite all that stuff, I know this person is still beatable. So how could I have won? And if I manage to fight a player who's really just absolutely leagues above me, well then I know that I wasn't going to win anyway. Even if they weren't using Android 21, they could have been using 3 Videls and I still probably would have lost. That's always the angle I take on things. But that's me personally, and I recognize not everybody's gonna work like that. Some people feel robbed when they lose a close game from somebody who's of equal skill level, or at least close to it. They feel like they would have won if they didn't have that crutch character. So what is it exactly that makes Android 21 leagues above everybody else? What makes her so strong? Well, when you look at the character and their actual toolset, one of the first things you end up realizing is she can play both the range game as well as the kind of more rush down approach really well. But this isn't really any different than some of the other characters. Z Broly, for example, can also get in your face and absolutely create mayhem, and he's one of the best zoners in the game, if not the best zoner in the game. This also stands true for many other characters, like base Vegeta, for example, or the normal Android 21 that we've had in the game since day one. So I don't think that's necessarily what makes her OP, but it definitely helps her be a top tier character. You then look at her mix options, and once again, this is all stuff that other top tier characters already have. She can pretty much get 50-50s off of practically anything she does, and she's got built-in mix since she has a command grab. Anybody with a command grab has built-in mix. So that's mix on top of the mix she already has, which once again is something that Z Broly has and other top tiers like the first Android 21, UI Goku's another example, and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta being yet again another example. What I think really makes her OP is the elephant in the room. It's the most obvious blaring part of her toolkit, and that's the fact that she can nerf a character permanently and buff herself for the rest of the game. I think that's really the mechanic people have a problem with. Sure, she's strong even without that mechanic, but the fact that she has that mechanic on top of everything else really makes it so like that she feels like you're fighting an uphill fight. Not to mention the fact that it's also a command grab, so you can throw it out mid block string and, you know, you pretty much get free nerfs. And this nerf is nothing to scoff at. I was literally fighting against a Trunks player who was the last one alive on the team, so he had the boost from that. He was also in sparking, he was nerfed, and he hit me with a roll level 3, and if I remember correctly, it didn't even do half my health. Now here's the catch, I don't think they're gonna nerf the character. ArcSys has a history of just not nerfing top tiers, or at least not nerfing them all that much. Now granted, they did nerf some top tiers in the past, you know, Season 2 with GT Goku, Season 1 with 16, so on and so forth, the list goes on, but if you look at the more recent patches, who really got nerfed? I mean, if I remember correctly, the very last patch they released, they didn't dish out any nerfs. UI Goku's been in the game now for quite some time, and he got very few nerfs. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, that dude is equally as strong as he's ever been. Z Broly didn't get nerfed in the last patch, and the Majin form of 21 got buffed last patch, and she's probably top 3 characters in the game. So their recent track record tells me that they're probably not going to change Android 21 in the lab coat. If anything, they're probably gonna buff other characters to kind of rival her in strength. And personally, I don't think that's a bad approach. I think it's okay to have strong characters. I think the issue comes in when the strong character is leagues above everybody else. But if you lessen that gap and you make all the characters rival her in strength, well then suddenly she's not comparably as strong as she used to be. And she's certainly not watching the competition because of the power gap that she used to have. So I think that's a fine approach to take. I'm always down for characters getting stronger, especially the weaker tier ones. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. How do you feel about this entire topic? Let's start up a little bit of a conversation. And if you want some more Dragon Ball FighterZ, check out these videos next. And subscribe if you're new here. I'll catch you guys back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching.